It's midnight, and I'm like, I text you, Patty, you watching the Georgia Tech game?
It would be more exciting if they're just going back and forth with their real players.
Are you watching? No, I'm not. I'm
the
not
LSU.
watching. I don't have any interest in this. Mac Brown's about to kick a field goal.
That would be funny.
You're turning it on.
No, but I would be turning. If you told me there are 9 overtimes, I don't give a who's playing. It could be the camel hunters versus the pigeon swatters.
Yeah, but then you start getting tired because it's 2 a.m. now.
No,
but then here comes Mac Brown.
Never. I'm still. So I'm not an LSU fan in any way. A couple of years ago when LSU played Texas A&M, and they went to like 7 or 8 overtimes, I was on my toes.
Yeah.
I was in a bar. I was so excited. I was like, this is wild. I don't even care. I just want to see how it ends.
But you're at the bar. And Mac Brown walks out to the 25-yard line.
That's funny. It would be funny one time.
I saw something they said that they should do.
Because he's only going to be able to do it one time.
He's going to pull a hammy trying to kick it and then he's injured. I saw something that said they should do the Dr. Pepper like halftime show. Yes. And you just throw the ball. Like, look, it's the 8th overtime. Bring out the trash cans. Come on.
After so many overtimes, clearly these teams are even on the field and we have to find another way to decide the game. I want to wear these.
What?
I don't know if I want to. They're dirty.
All right, let's see if we can vibe into this. Hold on. Yeah. How you feeling, Aaron?
Feeling vibey.
Yeah. This is WKCV Radio. Your host, Dave Rainey. Aaron Poole, a.k.a. Pooley, Mr. White Chocolate. Hopefully it doesn't get washed out in the sun. Don't let it melt. It's going to brighten here.
We're all about vibes here, baby. Vibes. Big vibes. Good vibes.
And it's me, the Patty V. Welcome to the Who Effing Knows podcast. What an intro. Oh my goodness, that was unplanned. We just went with it. Feels good though. Guys. It's been a while. How we doing?
Do you really care?
I fucking care, man. Tonight I care because you know what? I want to talk about how I'm doing, and I'm doing phenomenal. I have been humbled. I've been humbled.
It's happened to a lot of us recently.
Yeah.
I'm interested in.
Oh, so Tulane. That's it. We can move on. I just wanted to, but I love you guys, and I wanted to know how you guys are doing. I love your shirt, by the way. What's the shirt you got on?
I can't tell you yet.
Okay, cool.
It just says "Keep swimming."
I like it.
You should always.
I love
keep
it.
Swimming.
I want some more of it.
I want some more of it.
So this is the Who Effing Knows podcast. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hopefully you haven't checked out already. I don't know. We got a lot of random off the wall topics as always. We just kind of go where the vibes take us, as you can tell. And yeah.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
Nah.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
No, so the morning was great. Really, we had the food was phenomenal. We have a nice spread. A little bit of champagne. Yeah, some wine, white and red, both, whichever you prefer. I specifically did a brisket. I can't even speak right now. So, it was a nice morning. The night I watched Tulane lose to Memphis. That was a bummer. It was cold. Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Thanksgiving was great. I actually have a topic that's related to Thanksgiving if you just want to jump onto that.
Jump on in. Unless Aaron has something to talk about.
I ironically enough, had also a topic about Thanksgiving.
Eat.
Can we go first? Sure.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just saw some people were kind of up in arms about how the leftovers at Thanksgiving should have an expiration date. So they were pretty hesitant on saying, like, after 2 days.
It's a good question.
You should stop eating leftover Thanksgiving food. To me, you at least got to the weekend. Thanksgiving's on Thursday. You got till Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's fair.
If the food passes the vibe check, I'm eating it. Just let you know that.
The vibe check. What is the vibe check of food? Fill me in.
Does it look okay? Does it smell okay?
Yeah.
You take a little small taste. Yeah. If it tastes okay, we'll worry about the consequences
Probably
later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm giving it a week.
Yeah.
Till Thursday.
A week. That's a strong.
But to be fair, most of the time there's nothing left by the week. If you got enough people eating the leftovers.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any by the week.
Very true.
I
Yeah.
feel like desserts you can for sure get a week on.
See, I feel the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, well, because desserts, well, a lot of desserts.
Pecan pie.
Yeah, I guess that's not one with dairy. I was gonna say a
Pumpkin
lot of
pie.
desserts have like dairy in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like that might go bad a little quicker. Certain things, like so, like I feel like the meats are gonna be okay a little longer than say like the mac and cheese or
Yeah.
the mashed potatoes.
You know, so I also agree. I do the vibe check. I'll be honest. But as I've gotten older and my wife cares about random things, I used to work in the food industry and I always get reminded of safe zones, especially smoking meats a lot. Listen, if something sits out and it gets below a certain temperature, technically you should throw it away. And on Thanksgiving, normally you're leaving food out for hours.
Yeah.
So you probably shouldn't even keep these leftovers. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. But it is what it is. And yeah, I'm keeping them. I'm normally keeping them through like, I'd probably say like Sunday, but if it's still passing the vibe check, you know, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
It just depends. We'll see.
My wife's not eating them past like Saturday morning or Saturday for lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I got to go to work Monday, guess what's coming to work with me for lunch?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm also the person that will make a pot of chili and eat it every day for lunch and dinner for the next 4 days or 5 days.
That's the real question. How long until you get overeating the Thanksgiving leftovers?
That's what I was about to say.
Never.
That's really when they go bad, is when you just decide, I no longer want the Thanksgiving leftovers.
Here's the thing. If I kept it as leftovers, I always want it.
That's true.
I'm not keeping something I don't want.
The key is on like Friday, you eat some ham and one of the sides, and then on Friday night or Saturday, you eat the turkey and another side. You got to switch it up, right?
So here's the important question though, because like you guys do traditional Thanksgiving. Like, are there any other like outside dishes that come in the fray?
Ours are pretty traditional, I think. I mean, is like stuffed artichoke. Is that traditional?
I think.
I don't eat stuffed artichoke, but that's something my grandma has always made.
I don't know if it's traditional. I like yes, like of course, in most parties I've gone to, they've had something like that. Either that or like artichoke dip, artichoke balls.
Other than that, it's ham and turkey and yams and all the normal stuff.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
We do chicken and dumplings.
Okay.
I feel like that's just a southern good warm food.
This was an interesting topic that came up once. I had a lunch with a bunch of buddies at my old work, and one of the guys asked, "Is there a meal you guys all get together for Thanksgiving or Christmas and just like cook as a family? Is it dumplings for you guys?"
Yeah, I mean, my grandma, that was like her thing. She grew up, making chicken and dumplings forever, and then when we always would go over to her house, she would cook us chicken and dumplings. And she passed away a couple of years ago, but it's kind of nice just to just to have something, that's there.
Going.
Yeah, just keep
recipes
the tradition going.
Man. Keep them recipes. Don't let the recipes die.
Yeah. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay?
Get you the cookbooks.
Yeah.
Let them write down the recipes for you.
Yeah. I was actually thinking that the other day. I have a chili recipe that I just made again, and I love it, and my wife loves it. And I was thinking, it's written down on 2 Post-it notes. What happens if I die? And then Post-it notes are gone. There goes the recipe.
You put beans in your chili?
No.
I actually do put beans in my chili. I do. If I'm eating it just as, like if it's on a hot dog, hell no.
Yeah.
As long as you say it's chili with beans, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But it's not just chili if you have beans in it. Chili doesn't have beans. It's chili
Who
with
says?
beans.
Who the hell are you to say?
You go to Wendy's, get you a chili. They're not going to say it's with beans.
I'm pretty sure it's not even chili.
It's not. We both worked at Wendy's. We know what's in there.
Yeah.
We know what's in it though.
It's real beef. It's real beef that's going in there.
Yeah, real old beef.
Yeah.
It's the beef that they were gonna throw away that they just chop up and throw in the chili.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Fun fact. No, I'm a chili with beans guy too. On a hot dog, like you said, just give me the regular. But
if you're eating a bowl of chili, like if you're actually eating a bowl of chili, I feel like it needs some sustenance. It needs meat. It needs beans. Unless, my chili's a little more, not soupy, but it's a little more like watery, I guess you would say. Like I use a little more sauce. But I actually, what's funny, I actually prefer thicker chili. Like my buddy makes chili that's just like, yeah, I like them thick. Shut up, don't laugh at me.
2 T's.
That's not what I was laughing at. But
2 T's, that's right. Bunch of T's in there. Do we ever get to the part?
No.
If not, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, my buddy makes some chili that I really like that actually has like no red sauce or
like a
at
Frito
all.
pie.
And it's more just like beans and meat and tomatoes and onions,
What else do you like on your hot dogs?
jalapenos. I actually don't even eat hot dogs. That's a good setup.
We got there.
That's a good setup. I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah.
It was going.
I thought I telegraphed it. I thought you were going to.
Yeah, I was trying to work it in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
For now on, it's just going to be random.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm eating a hot dog, I am putting. If you could have said, "Hey, what do you like on your sausage?" and I would have been like, "Yeah, mustard."
This is our new button when somebody's just rambling. This is how we move on.
Sounds good.
My Thanksgiving topic.
Yeah, what you got?
You know, this is old news because it happened on Thanksgiving during the football game.
Mm-hmm.
Shaboozey's a megastar, huh?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
My grandma was in there singing a bar song. I was amazed.
Yeah.
Even like everybody was the whole. You said it. The whole room is just vibing to Shaboozey.
Mm-hmm.
Whole room's vibing. Listen, my wife's family is old and white.
Yeah.
And I think grandma was like, "Who's this? It's Shaboozey. This is fun." And her uncle was like, "That's Shaboozey. I like Shaboozey." And I'm like, "Sir, I don't think you do."
So like half the room was vibing, and the other half didn't say to turn it off. Which normally,
Yeah.
in recent years we've had Big Sean.
Oh yeah.
It gets said. Let's look for something else for the half.
Yeah.
Like, is the parade still
No,
on? Like,
the question was from the hunting Trump supporter in the room. What else does he sing? What else can we listen to?
Yeah.
Like listen, he's got some fans, man.
Yeah.
Some great kudos.
He might
to
be a
Shaboozey.
megastar. You know what? In these trying times in our country,
Listen,
Shaboozey brought us together.
Shaboozey will unite us.
Yeah.
He is the one.
That's right. Yeah, that was my Thanksgiving.
That was your topic.
It's a shout out. Shout out
Shaboozey.
I love Shaboozey. He's got bops though. I mean,
Man,
listen,
he does. He really does.
you can't deny him. He's undeniable.
That's right.
Mustard.
Speaking.
It's catchy.
It-
Can't deny it.
Gets the people going.
Speaking of singing and musicals, a debate online the other day.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
you know what I'm
the
going?
movie, like
Yeah.
whether or not Wicked, the new Wicked,
Right.
is
Yeah.
is that really where you're going? Because
Yes.
I was totally being an ass.
No, absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Wicked,
Okay, let's do
Wicked
it.
came out, and I just want to. People are upset that people are singing along to the songs in the movie theaters,
Oh,
and I want to know what your take on that is. Do you think people should be quiet in movie theaters, even if it's a musical?
that's a good question.
My initial take, and I don't think I've changed from it, is sing your heart out.
Yeah, that's where I lean. But I think like I don't know. Like I look at it like so. Like you go to a superhero movie, people clap, people cry, people yell.
Yeah.
like you're expecting it. And I think if you're going to a musical, which is that type of musical, which is very very popular, didn't do that on purpose. I wish we had a button for that. You're gonna be popular. Yeah, people are singing. I'm singing right now, and I haven't even seen the damn movie. Yeah, I think it's fair. Sing your heart out.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's like, is there really that? The part of me that says just go for it is that there's really not that many musicals that get turned into a movie at the theater that people
Yeah.
can sing along. A lot of times you hear stuff like if you go see Moana 2, it's not really a musical, but you can't really sing along the songs because you're hearing it for the first time.
Right.
You got some of the people that go and see it multiple times, but you really don't have to worry about it. But something like this, it's like, look, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
You know this is a musical that's been around for a long time that people know.
yeah.
It is what it is.
I took the approach of when they re-released The Lion King. If I had been there, I'm going to sing
Yeah.
"Can You Feel the Love Tonight." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and the argument against it was The Lion King was different because that was adults reliving their childhood. I was like, I don't think it is different.
Yeah. I don't
It's
think
it's the same thing. You're going to see a musical. You know what you're getting into.
Mhm.
When Taylor Swift puts her Eras Tour documentary in theaters, you know what you're getting into.
Do you go there and get mad if people sing along
Right.
to the concert they're
Now,
watching?
to play devil's advocate, it's not really a movie theater, but if you go to a play and they have sing-alongs,
I went to see The Lion King at the Sanger.
Mhm.
Everybody's singing.
Did you say sing along? I don't think it's a question at that point. If it is called a sing along and you show
Well,
up
I guess
mad that people are
musical.
singing along,
I
like
just-
if you go to a Grease play or if you go to
Oh, I'm
like
singing
a
my
Wicked
heart out
play,
in
you think
Grease.
people
Yeah,
are singing full blast?
If you're going to watch something that is known for its music,
Mhm.
I think you should be allowed to sing.
I agree. I wish we disagreed because we'd probably have
Right.
a better conversation here. But
Believe it or not, this is the minority of the side of the arguments.
Really?
Here. Everybody was against it. And I'm
is
like,
it these online people?
these thieves of joy is what I called them.
fucking miserable.
What is the
folk?
difference between that and me going to see a concert? Is it just because we're in the movie theater setting?
I don't know. It's art.
It is.
Am I allowed to enjoy art? Do I need to be quiet?
Look, you go watch it on a Tuesday matinee if you don't want to hear people singing along when nobody's there.
Right. Why are you not singing? That's the question. What are you doing?
Are you not comfortable with yourself to sing?
What is happening? You don't love yourself?
I don't know, man.
Listen, Linda and Elphaba, what a name, by the way.
I've
Elphaba.
never seen Wicked.
I haven't either. My wife loves Wicked, okay? Which means my daughter loves Wicked, which means I listen to Wicked songs all the time.
Yeah.
So I know them like the back of my hand. But it actually, one thing I was going to ask, in the new movie, and you brought up The Lion King too, are the songs slightly different? Because like in Lion King, they were different. And I was like, oh, I can't even sing along to this because y'all done changed them.
You could still pretty much sing along to the Lion King songs.
Yeah,
It was just different people singing it.
maybe.
I'm talking about, and I wasn't talking about the live action one. I was talking about when they just re-released. It might not have even happened yet. It's like the Lion King's like 20th anniversary.
Oh, they
or something.
re-released the original?
They're gonna re-release the original.
Yes.
But also, I would still sing for the live action one.
Yeah.
Live action's got different songs though. That's what I was going to
It
say.
had a couple new
slightly
songs,
different. And Wicked, the new Wicked. I think I've heard from my wife because she is a massive. First of all right, people who like Wicked originally, and maybe it's just my wife, were like, I'm not watching this movie. I think they're going to butcher it. I've seen the previews. I can't watch it. And then the reviews came out and they said, oh my God, I got to go see it. I need to see this movie. And I'm like, wait a minute.
We have to move past that as a society. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to move past that every remake is not going to be good.
Yeah.
That's just not true anymore.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah. Let Ariana Grande hit her notes.
Yeah. You got to realize there's a whole generation of people that have never even heard of Wicked.
Yeah.
And they're going to see this for the first time and be like, "Oh, there's an original?"
Yeah.
Like let them have their moment.
And I think that stuff too. It's like I think we talked about it before. It's just like people get so caught up that like these people get to see it early, or they go see it the day it comes out, and then everyone's, of course, with social media nowadays, they're posting their opinions, saying, "Oh, this sucked." Then you see these review sites like 4 out of 10, and you're like, "Well, that makes me not want to go see it." You know, like I feel like you have to. It was like IGN, they rated The Penguin like I think a 5 out of 10 or something like that, and then it ended up being one of the best shows of the year. And it's just like you have to just go see it for yourself. See if you like it. Don't just look at the reviews and say like, "All right, I'm not doing it."
And you know what? If it's not good, so what?
Yeah, but
Who cares?
they were right.
They said the
So
same
what?
thing about, I haven't seen Twisters yet, but people were saying, "Oh, I'm not going to go watch Twisters." And apparently the reviews say it's better than the original.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
you know,
I just know how
Same-
child me felt about the original Twister, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
But
I haven't watched the new one.
same thing with like the like music. I love when artists remake their songs or when people remake songs.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Fast cars, man.
Like
You got a
Brooks and
fast car.
there you go. Sing it. Oh.
And he appreciated it, you know.
Like
He
Brooks-
brought
yeah.
the original singer on stage, and they sung.
Brooks and Dunn is just re-releasing songs left and right.
I love Brooks and Dunn.
Right. I love hearing Brooks and Dunn with new artists.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Now some of them were a little bit.
Yeah.
We should have did that to the song.
Ooh, name names, please.
I forget which ones it was, but there were some where it comes on and they like turned it into like a rock song, and you're like,
Oh,
nope,
boy.
we can't be doing that to Brooks and Dunn.
Okay.
The first remake album they did was pretty much the original songs
Yeah.
with like Luke Combs just singing parts of it.
Yeah, there's one
And
with like Kane Brown.
Yeah,
There was
and
one-
it sounded pretty much the same. The
Yeah.
second one had some of the same songs as the first one, but they experimented a little bit and got a little wild with some of them. And
Listen.
that I was like, I see what you were trying to go for here and to get a new audience, but we
think
didn't need to do that.
at the end of the day, it's all art.
Yeah.
And the beauty of art is people appreciate it in
Right.
different ways.
I'm
and
sure-
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were people who this person was their like one of their favorite artists, and they're
Mhm.
like, "Hey, this was great." I'm not going to say it was bad, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's okay.
We hit the skip button on the way home from Tennessee. I'll throw that out there
I meant to bring this.
because that's what it came out was the morning we left.
Oh, I was like, what?
I meant to bring this up when we talked about it. I forgot to ask. We had talked about on a previous podcast about different playlists and stuff on the long road trip. I was just curious, what did you guys end up doing? Did you guys play music the whole time? Movies?
I think I just cried.
Cried the whole time?
The whole crap. I just cried. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know what the hell we listened. I don't remember.
We threw music on, and then when Courtney fell asleep, I put my podcast on, just like I said. And it makes the drive go a little faster.
Yeah.
On the way there, we switched up, and I took a little nap, and then she drove. On the way home, I drove the whole way, and she was up. So we listened to Brooks and Dunn and any new music that came out over the weekend, and then just searched for songs for the last 7 hours.
Just got road trip block, basically.
No, I will say, when we would go to Disney in the past, we would make a Disney road trip playlist, and it's got our our country songs or whatever songs we like to listen to, but then there's some Disney soundtrack songs thrown in there to get you in the Disney mood, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that was before we had kids, so now I assume it will just all be Disney songs when next time we go.
Good luck, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the hand go for it.
I didn't know it was a dead moment. I thought we were done.
We're done.
And then you
That's
decided to just keep going.
We're done.
You should change it to yellow. I think you said that. Did you say that?
I didn't say that. That's a great idea.
No, I didn't control the color, or I guess I could. I don't know. Anyway, anybody else got topics?
I had I hate to keep bringing previous topics up, but I was curious after we had talked about, you brought up awkward moments that happens in public and stuff like that. So I started kind of thinking of some more, and I had some written down. I wonder if you guys can relate to me on some of these. All right.
Yes.
All right. So I had 4. So the first one I had was someone trying to initiate a handshake after you just washed your hands, and it's either a few awkward seconds or quickly drying your hands on your jeans or shaking their hand anyway and seeing the discomfort in their eyes.
You know what? I get it. I totally get it. And I'll be honest, every time it's the same thing for me. I shake their hand and I'll be like, sorry, my hands, but I just washed them.
Yeah, you got it.
You gotta trust that they believe that you just washed your hands.
You gotta explain why it's wet.
Or as you're reaching, listen, I just washed my hands. I'm just letting you know.
You gotta mess with them. Maybe you just start messing with people. Be like, sorry, I missed.
Well, it depends. I was gonna say, it depends who it is. If it's a really close friend, I'm like, hey, buddy. Yeah. I mean,
Thanks, I was just nervous. You make me nervous. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
One-liners you could throw off as you're shaking somebody's hand up the bathroom.
Why are you shaking somebody's hand in the bathroom in general?
Hey, nice pee, man. That was a good one. The other one I had was someone showing everyone in the group something on their phone and waiting until it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I wait.
Because it's you always got a video, show this video, and you're like,
when you pass it around,
you kind of awkwardly try to get it in the middle of the people, and you're like, can you?
If I can't see, I'll be honest. If I can't see it, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. I literally will be like,
the moment has passed.
It's fine. Those are literally. I say that shit all the time. It's listen, in my brain, it's not for me anymore. Okay, it's just not mine.
You chose who you wanted to show it to first. It wasn't me. Hey,
you feel pressured to have the same reaction as everybody else.
They thought it was hilarious. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So let's.
Because you always hear bits and pieces of it, so you miss the punchlines. Not as funny as the first 5 people that saw it.
Yeah.
The other one I had is I experienced this with you after we ate one day. When you're saying goodbye to someone and then you both end up walking in the same direction. We dapped off. I said, all right, man, I'll catch you later. And then, you parked over here too? Good. Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't even really remember that. And I think the reason is, even those situations, I've always had this mindset. I tell my wife this all the time because she would feel weird about things. Yeah. Shit's only as awkward as you make it. Yeah. I never, stuff like that.
Well, we didn't make it awkward at the time, but I thought about it after. I was like, I wonder if he thought that was weird that we just.
No, if you don't make it awkward, I'm not making it awkward. I don't care. I'm like, we both walk the same way. Congrats, buddy. You found a good parking spot. Good job. I don't care.
You have another one? Because you made me think of one.
I did. I had one last one, and this is the one that it happens way too often. It's when you're finishing up at the checkout and the cashier puts the bills on top of the receipt and then the coins on top of that. Then the next person steps up and you're fumbling, trying to disassemble the stack in your hand. Yeah, gather your shopping, say thanks, and move away at the same time.
10 years
2010?
It's fine. It's fine.
Anytime I pay for cash.
When's the last time you paid with cash?
A couple weeks ago.
You're the only person on earth still carrying cash.
Hey, it's holiday times. You get cash.
You know what's worse?
No.
When somebody's sitting there like Ethel. What's our old lady
He won't
name?
even buy something on the computer if they don't accept Apple Pay.
Yeah, I get pissed. I'm like double clicking Apple Pay, and it's like there's an error, and I'm like, well, you're not getting my money, buddy. If you think I'm taking my card out of my wallet and typing in my numbers, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
No, what's the old lady's name?
Ethel.
Ethel. Is it Ethel? Is that what we go with?
Gertrude,
Gertrude, Marjorie,
Betty,
Margaret,
Betty, Margaret. I don't know. Whatever the old lady's name is. Talking about waiting in line. When you're in line and you're behind someone and they're paying with a check and they take out the check and they write it. They have to write it out. It takes forever. How much is it? Yeah. And how many?
Where are y'all shopping?
Hold on. This hasn't happened to me recently, but it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago at Winn-Dixie randomly. There's some poor old lady who's paying for her groceries with a check, and she takes out her checkbook, takes a minute to write the check.
In business.
Right. And I'm like, who uses checks? But I had to give her grace. I'm like, she's an older lady.
Her life.
This is how she lives. And then they have to run it through the machine, which apparently was last developed in 1993.
I worked at Academy. We had that same thing. I'm like, I don't even know if this is what this is doing other than just sending the check down and sending it back up. I don't know if it went through. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always catch myself up because I'm OCD. I like to put my cash in my wallet and then make sure it's in order, and then I feel awkward and I just try to rush out the way.
You know what I used to do when I used to still use cash in those situations? Because I've been in that situation. I'd be like, shit, I got to get out of the way. I would just throw the coins in my pocket, fold the cash in half and stick it in the left side of my wallet. I never had the cash going all the way through. It was just like folded in half in the side of the wallet, and then I would just leave. Like, I don't know if you gave me the right amount. Bye.
I'll do it later,
The one you made me think of was when you're like if you're going through a drive-through and they give you your food and they're like, enjoy, and you're like, you too. And it's like, or you go to the movies and they're like, enjoy your movie, and you're like, you too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Those are tough.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Yeah.
That was just a couple. I really thought about it and just compiled a list.
Yep.
Well, good for you for compilations.
Yeah.
Love a good compilation. People are tired of that already.
I was about to say, how many mustards before?
I wasn't given a limit.
You were. That's fair. We were. Listen, we've been breaking you guys in for a long time. We warned you that if Dave was given reign, he was going to hit buttons. And I've been saying not to let him do it, and we just forgot.
Wait till I get my finger. George Pickens is a weirdo, huh?
Yeah.
Aaron?
I've got 40 topics actually I just thought of, but go ahead.
But also might be my favorite player in the league right now.
He's fun.
What's funny is he has a burner account, and
of course he does.
Everyone knows it's his burner, and he's even weirder on Twitter. Like Greg Newsome, they play the Browns this week, and they interviewed Pickens today, and they said because him and Newsome got into it last time, and they asked Pickens, they're like, what do you feel about Greg and you guys in the matchup today? He's like, I don't even know who that person is. And they're like, okay. So then they asked Newsome at the Browns practice, and he just went on a rant and said, he's clearly Pickens is the eye guy. He clearly doesn't care about his team, blah, blah, blah. And then George Pickens with his burner underneath, because Newsome was like, I go to battle every day. And then Pickens was like, this guy in these battles, his team's 3-8. So it's like, he's just so unfiltered. And then like, he's shooting guns for the first down and then saying he was just pointing. I'm like, bro, you did this. Like, that's not a first down.
The fighting during the Hail Mary takes the cake.
It takes the cake.
It takes the cake. I didn't think it could get better than the people's elbow mid-game or the jumping stiff arm or any other number of things. Yeah. But the giving up on the Hail Mary, when you are the Hail Mary receiver on your team, because this might have been pre-Mike Williams. Yes? No?
It might have been like early Mike Williams.
Williams? Because Mike Williams is, I mean, all he's good for probably is like a Hail Mary at this point. But you were just like...
Because that was against the Browns.
He straight up said, you know what? Fuck this Hail Mary. I'm fighting this dude into the stands.
That was Newsome too. And he, like, it kind of looks like he got dragged. And
he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought the wildest thing we'd see from a Steelers receiver is AB kicking somebody in the face, which, speaking of, did you see him tweet out? He's like, I taught him that.
To Lamar.
Crazy.
Yeah. So shout out George Pickens, because I look forward to every week the George Pickens moment.
The first time you said it, I laughed and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I started watching. I was like, Jesus, he has a moment every week.
Every week.
Yeah. Every single week.
Every week.
It was insane to me.
But he's productive. So as long as he's productive,
Steelers receivers for you.
As long as he's productive, it's cool. But if Ryan Clark was still on the team, he would also be telling you about him. If you give him money, he's gonna be a problem. AB wasn't this bad before you gave him money.
I would like to say
also
the concussion
isn't as good as AB was.
No,
so
he's not.
Let's just draw that line right now.
He's not. You said you had topics.
Yeah. So aliens are here. Apparently, have you heard this
from you?
From me?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good question. Actually, before we get into the alien topic, what does your For You page look like? Are you confident enough just on Twitter to pull up your like recommended For You and scroll through and tell me what it looks like?
You know I don't give a shit. It's usually like a ton of Liv Morgan.
That's funny. I don't know why that was so funny.
The first thing is the Taylor Swift updates account telling me what's going on with her last concert.
There's a lot of like pop culture.
Yeah, Ashton Genty was 32 carries for 223 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Some wrestling. Oh, that's wild. Wrestling and
yeah, wow.
It is wrestling.
I mean, sure. I don't think I've ever seen that picture in my life.
Tiffany Stratton is a Vikings fan.
Okay.
It's just a ton of wrestling right now.
It's a ton of wrestling.
It is Friday night, so I guess it's a bad time to just randomly scroll through the
fair.
For You.
That's fair.
For me. But, it is what it is. Sports.
So the reason I ask is I don't think that I've interacted a lot with alien content. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I'm like, I don't care. But like for some reason, that's not alien content. Sorry. Twitter's a wild card. Okay. You get some stuff sometimes. It's like, hold on. Wait, are people around me? Scroll away. Anyways, I don't think I've interacted with alien content at all. And I just see so many videos now of people talking about aliens. And I'm like, what is happening? I think what happened is there was like some prediction model that had predicted like 3 or 4 other things, which I'm always obsessed with, like prediction models that are right. And it predicted that there was going to be an alien invasion like on the 4th or something like that. So now I'm seeing all these people reporting random like drones and UFOs and like crap like that.
Just by us saying aliens, our phone's probably listening, and then we're just gonna have alien stuff all over.
Yeah,
it's just wild.
I'm just scrolling. I was really hoping there'd be like a funny thing.
Yeah,
and it's just it's all.
There was something really funny,
but it was from a wrestling account, like one of the popular ones. Yeah, there's one of them that like always posts like, "Oh, Tiffany Stratton says blank," and it's just like the latest like hot selfie she's taken. They always use like a hot picture of them, and that's how they get the clicks. But I was hoping there'd be something funny, but
pretty sure I don't know what the story said, but the picture I saw, just for everyone out there, was literally just Liv Morgan sitting on someone's face, and I was like, "Whoa!"
It wasn't Liv Morgan; it was just some random woman. I don't even know who it was,
and I assumed based on the
shorts.
I just assumed.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. That's on my timeline a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dave likes blondes. It's fine.
I guess. Who knows?
Seeing a theme here. I did see the aliens in California. They were.
Did you?
The aliens. They had like 2 UFOs of multicolors, and then there was on another side of the street, and like everybody else was seeing it. And
that happens like once a week, right?
I feel like it's happening a lot. It's happening in Jersey a lot. Just look it up.
It happened in Miami last year. Remember?
Oh, the massive aliens,
the things on the beach. Yeah.
No. Like there was a fight at like the. Remember when all the cops got called?
Oh yeah,
to
it was
Miami?
right at the bottom of the street. Someone was like from a high, like way up in a condo.
Oh yeah. No, I was talking about remember like last year at some point when there was like a big police response.
Yeah, it was on the beach
to a fight at a mall. It wasn't on the beach.
The mall is.
Oh, maybe it's right across from the beach. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there was no videos that came out from it, supposedly. Right. I think I saw some videos where people were actually fighting. But most people were claiming, oh, the cops were there because there was like 11-foot tall aliens. And it was like, what?
Yeah, we're definitely talking about the same thing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a little, there's some confusion in the location.
Gotcha.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe. That's fine.
Who's to say there's something not out there?
I don't know.
Lots of planets.
Told you, he's playing for the Spurs. I don't... They're here. Double. They're just in plain clothes. You're not going to watch a Spurs game and tell me he's not an alien.
Hey, guess what? You ever seen Space Jam? Monstars?
Yeah.
He's there.
Taking over the powers.
Here. Yeah, I don't know.
Baseball wants to implement a golden bat rule.
Dumbest thing ever. Get that shit out of my face. Baseball is dying and they're looking for stupid rules to fix it. Just showcase your athletes and market them properly. That's my rant.
One would argue the golden bat rule would showcase their best players more.
No.
I haven't heard this
It's
rule.
a lazy shortcut.
They want each team to have the possibility. I don't know if it was one time a game or if it's multiple times a game, where at any point in the game you can make anyone on your team hit. So if Aaron Judge just hit in the 5th inning, and in the 7th inning it's not his turn to bat, but they need a run and there's their bases are loaded, they can just be like, "Hey, Aaron Judge is gonna bat one time a game."
It turns into it's the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Question.
We're calling in Aaron Judge.
Question though, let's play out these hypotheticals.
How electric would that be? Back-to-back Aaron Judge home runs.
Right,
pretty wild.
Right, I'm with you.
Hey,
that
you just hit a home run. Get back in there. Get back in there.
I'm with you. This rule is ridiculous. But also, hear me out.
Okay.
Bottom of the 9th.
I'll walk with you.
Bottom of the 9th, Game 7 of the World Series. Right. We're in. I don't know. The Yankees are playing, and Gleyber Torres having the series of a lifetime, batting 500, but it's bottom of the 9th and you need to run. Aaron Judge hasn't done anything all series. Do you bring up Gleyber Torres, who's hot, or do you use your magic at bat on Aaron Judge?
Well,
do you go with the hot hand or do you go with your best hitter?
Well, if the playoffs approved, Aaron Judge has been horrible in the playoffs.
You always go with the hot hand. Trick question.
Yeah.
But here's my take. I don't even know who the hell Gleyber Torres is. And that is why baseball is dying.
Can we come up with some more fun rules for baseball?
I do like the pitch clock. I do like the speeding up the games a little bit. Because that Jose Altuve used to have the most aggravating. He would go, he would wrap his gloves, he would spit, he would go, he'd spit again, he'd spit, and then he'd finally like get up to bat. I'm like, just
he had to listen for the trash cans, bro.
I don't know. Jose Altuve.
I think that there's something, and this is just nostalgia for me. I think there's something special and nostalgic about just traditional baseball. I think that they failed because they just suck at marketing their players. They have this. There's one boring aspect of baseball that they want to keep in place, and it's no one can be human. Get rid of that shit. Let people be fun. Babe Ruth pointing to the stands. The reason Babe Ruth is known is because he pointed at the fucking stands and he was cocky.
Yeah.
Let people be cocky.
Sure. Speaking of changing rules in sports, we have got to change the college overtime rules.
Why? I mean, I didn't watch. I think I know what you're talking about.
If you want going for 2-point conversions after what is it, 3 overtimes or 4 overtimes?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Do you want it to go back to the old way where it was just like
I just don't want
them
to
at the 25-yard line.
No,
and
not
just
even
keep
that.
going.
That's it is. I understand why we're doing it. We're trying to make this faster.
Yeah.
But at least make them get a first. Like start at the 10 and make them at least have to try to get a first downs length. Why are we just going for 2? Yeah. Also, the more problematic thing here is we are making them walk from one end zone to the other.
That's stupid.
Also, Kirby Smart, go to hell. Stop calling timeouts after every 2-point conversion. Why?
Yeah. I gotta see how they line up. Timeout.
Yeah.
You know what though? So I do hate that they walk all the way to the other end, but I think in my brain, as I said that, I realized like there's a student section on one end and there's not a student section on the other end. So like there's an unfair advantage.
Yeah, but do it.
It's a yard.
Do it each time. Like when Georgia went, they missed for it. I'm pretty sure then they had Georgia Tech. Or was it?
I think they literally were going back and forth.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like Georgia missed. And then they're like, all right, Georgia Tech, you got to go on the other side now. And then they missed. And then Georgia would go back to this side. They'd miss. And then Georgia Tech would go back on this side.
Just walking back and forth added a whole other quarter to the damn game.
I preferred, I don't know why we changed things just to change them. I know that they're like, hey, these overtimes are taking too long. It's a health risk. Fuck that.
I was fine with after 2 or 3 overtimes, whatever it was, making them go for 2 after a touchdown.
That's fine.
I was fine with.
Okay, you scored 3 drives in a row. Guess what? Now you got to go for 2.
Right.
Fine.
Also, I would like to throw out the rule. After 8 overtimes, we then just start having like kickoffs where you have to select a player, almost like a shootout in soccer. So your field goal kickers go, right?
No.
And if
I'm just going to say no.
If they make it,
I'm not even letting you describe whatever you describe.
Listen.
Okay, I'll shut up.
The field goal kickers are dead even. You got to move on. Then you got to pick another player. So then you got a safety out there trying to kick field goal. Your safeties move on. Once you get to the 3rd, you have to start going through your coaching staff.
This sounds fun. There is no damn way.
Mac Brown versus Kirby Smart kickoff.
I saw somebody respond.
Tell me you wouldn't be tuning into that. If I told you It's midnight.
If my team loses because Mac Brown's got to kick a damn field goal,
it's midnight, and I'm like, I text you, Patty. You watched the Georgia Tech game?
It would be more exciting if they're just going back and forth with their real players.
Are you watching? No, I'm not. I'm
the
not
LSU.
watching. I don't have any interest in this. Mac Brown's about to kick a field goal.
That would be funny.
You're turning it on.
No, but I would be turning. If you told me there are 9 overtimes, I don't give a shit who's playing. It could be the fucking camel hunters versus the pigeon swatters.
But then you start getting tired because it's 2 a.m. now.
No.
But then here comes Mac Brown.
Never. I'm still like, I'm not an LSU fan in any way. A couple years ago when LSU played Texas A&M, and they went to like 7 or 8 overtimes, I was fucking on my toes.
Yeah.
I was in a bar. I was so excited. I was like, this is wild. I don't even care. I just want to see how it ends.
But you're at the bar and Mac Brown walks out to the 25-yard line.
That's funny. It would be funny one time.
I saw something they said that they should do.
Because he's only going to be able to do it one time.
He's going to pull a hammy trying to kick it and then he's injured. I saw something that said they should do the Dr. Pepper like halftime show. Yes. And you just throw the ball. Look, it's the 8th overtime. Bring out the trash cans. Come on.
After so many overtimes, clearly these teams are even on the field and we have to find another way to decide the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. Give me the back and forth.
Sure.
I like the like by the 4th touchdown, you gotta go for 2. That's the version of overtime I like. Which is why I kind of don't like NFL overtime because they tiptoe around this. Like they don't want it to be college, but they want to give everybody a shot, but they don't want to give everybody a shot. Yeah, it's like
unless it's the playoffs, then we give them a shot.
Right.
It's like,
why don't we just have the NFL start as if both teams got a touchback? You don't want to make it's an NFL team, right? They should be better. They should be able to get 25 yards easier than a college team, I guess. I don't know. If you don't want them to just start there, make them have to go the whole field. Make each team go the whole field. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
I know you probably, I know you sometimes be like, if you want the ball in overtime, stop them. I've heard you say that before.
I have.
But also, I do think both teams should get a shot. Why not?
Yeah. Just, maybe coach your defense to not suck.
Right. But I mean, if you're a fan of the college overtime, I feel like you should be a fan of it.
I would. So I think that's my point. Like either completely adapt college overtime or I don't know, stop fucking complaining. Like the rules are the rules, right? Yeah. Like fucking either that's play by the rules or change the fucking rules to be more fun.
I mean, I think you can, I think they should adapt that style. Just make it a little more difficult. Start from the 50. I don't know.
Sure. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Say you can't kick a field goal.
Yeah. You know what pisses me off, by the way?
Sean Payton comes out.
And then Mac Brown out of retirement.
You know what really pisses me off and people aren't talking about enough? That you can't just randomly onside kick anymore.
That's the stupidest rule change I've ever seen.
I hate it.
I have no problem with the new kickoff at all. I actually kind of like it.
I don't mind it.
It's fun. They're actually returning kicks, and I'm here for it. But yes, the fact that I can't just kick an onside kick when I want to is the worst rule change.
It ruins the onside kick. It's like, hey guys, guess what? I want to let you know before I do this, I'm gonna onside kick it. It's like, okay, this is stupid.
Granted, look, now, I guess devil's advocate, probably 95% of the time, teams know when an onside kick was coming before this year. But the random surprise onside kick, that is the most memorable moment of maybe the entire season for the Saints that year.
Yeah. And sometimes it works and sometimes it goes horribly wrong. In college the other day, it went horribly wrong for, I think it was Houston.
Right.
The guy recovers the onside kick, returns it for a touchdown. I was like, well, that didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was the one thing I said when that rule change was made. People were throwing a fit about because the people don't like how that's the real issue is they just don't like how the new kickoff looks. That's the only issue they have.
I don't care about that.
It's fun. Bring the kickoff. If you're not going to just eliminate kickoffs, at least make it to where they're returning kicks, which they're doing.
Yeah,
it's fun. Look, one of my favorite players of all time is Devin Hester, and he's only relevant because he was an awesome kick returner.
Yeah. So
let's have some fun with this. But yeah, stupid, terrible rule.
Dumb.
Speaking of college sports, college basketball is dead. You want to talk about baseball being dead?
Yeah.
Does anybody watch college basketball anymore?
No, because the sport of basketball is dying. Just
I
like
was about to say, they said there's a lot of heat going around the NBA right now and how it's dying as well.
It's because of analytics. If you really want to, like, just my opinion, to get to the underbelly of it, like so many people these days, Actually, here's a hot take. Did Steph Curry kill basketball?
Maybe.
Everybody wants to take a 3-pointer because it's a higher IQ shot. It's a higher analytics speaking. It's a better shot. Well, guess what? It's fucking boring to watch people run back and forth and just jack up threes.
I'm not even looking at it like that. When we were, even as far as like the Zion draft, and maybe even after that, there were always names in college basketball. And like, you can't tell me one and done killed it, because there were one and done.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie never played a second in college, and he was a name in college. So it's like, I don't know what happened. Like, where are we?
I don't know.
I would have assumed with NIL and stuff that players would just be more marketable.
What was even
but
like this year's NBA draft? Like, a lot of the people in the first round, I'm like,
who was the first pick in the draft this year?
French dude, right?
Yeah, for the Hawks. I think he played overseas for a year.
I think that might be what it is. Is that the talent is coming from overseas, so you're not seeing it in college basketball as much.
Like, we drafted Sebastian Shevin, and you're just like,
yeah,
sure. I hope he's good.
I said it last year before the draft that it was the first time that I could have named maybe 5 times as many WNBA players as college basketball players.
Yeah. Listen, women's basketball collegiately is having a moment still. Like, they got stars.
I'd argue even the WNBA.
Oh, for sure. Well, but when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark moved up, and there was other already players. I mean, I can't think.
But like,
I know their names. Yeah. I swear.
Outside
the entire
of,
Vegas Aces roster.
Yeah. Outside of like Cooper Flag this year, I don't. And like, I know my team's players, but and I still only know a few of them. But outside of Cooper Flag, I don't know any other players in college basketball. Granted, I'm not the big, like, I've never been the biggest college basketball fan. But
I never, so it was always an argument. Other people who love basketball would always argue college basketball was so much better than the NBA. And I never understood it, because for me, when I watched college basketball, it was just guys running as fast as they could up and down the court. And I was like, this is just reckless. It's wild. Like, yes, there's strategy. There's
I look at it, I always thought the opposite. I always thought I view the NBA as that, but it's like a free flowing thing. Like, it looks good most of the time in the NBA, but it is more fast paced. I thought college was always much more slower, and it was just a constant passing and trying to set up the best shot.
You're going over the plays more. In NBA, I know, like, I know they have plays and they run the plays, but it just feels like half the time they're not running plays. Like, they're like, LeBron's going to bring up the ball, and he's just you're going to be open. He pass to you. If not, he drop it.
You watch them. So, like, you can watch a play develop in college pretty easily. Yeah. And you can't, like, if you're really watching an NBA game, you can too. But sometimes it's so fast and so smooth. It's just like, oh, holy shit. Backdoor cut. Like, it just happened.
Maybe what I mean is that it looks reckless, and maybe that's kind of the same thing you're saying, just in a different way. Like, it's smoother in the NBA. Like, college always just looks so reckless to me. It looked like they're just like, let me do this. I don't know. I fucked up. What do I do now? And it's just like, why do people like this?
Yeah. Right. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I think it's just that it was the unpredictability of it. I think maybe not necessarily the style of play, but just the fact that you can get into March Madness and anybody can win it. Whereas in the NBA, maybe there's some teams here and there that pop up and are good, but we've been running the same teams in the NBA for a minute.
I will say that even if as much as college basketball, gets to that point where it's dying, I think March Madness is always going to bring people back around. Because like a month before, you're starting to maybe research and look at some teams. You're like, who's kind of hot right now? And then like come tournament time, it's like, I'll be at work and I'm like watching it on my phone, like 4 different screens. I'm keeping up with the different seeds and who's winning. It's like something about March Madness and just
it's the bracket.
Yeah.
But I'll be
without the bracket.
It's like fantasy football for college basketball. Right.
But honestly, once the last Cinderella's out, I lose interest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't, like I said, I don't really care that much about college basketball. Loud. Okay. Anyway,
mustard. You had a topic that we're gonna run out of time. If
Let's roll into that right now. We'll finish with it. We're gonna start doing these more often. These song segments, songs that make you blank. Okay. Songs that remind you of high school this week.
It doesn't make me do anything. It just reminds me of high
songs
school.
that remind you of high school. It's not necessarily your favorite songs from high school. Maybe it is, but songs that just remind you of high school. We're not doing like a top 3, top 5. Just start.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's just do it. We're gonna play. We'll play some clips of it here.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to find mine because I'm old. Songs that remind me of high school is literally every mixtape, specifically Boosie mixtapes. Yes, Wayne, obviously.
That's not going to be on
Boosie mixtapes. The whole like 2 red bones kissing in the backseat. Anyways, like stuff like that. That reminds me, obviously, Wayne mixtapes. T-Pain had a moment. Every T-Pain song.
You're a little, your high school days are a little.
You were like end of middle school, probably.
Yeah. I remember riding on the bus and listening to like Bartender.
That's why I almost generalized it to like the mixtape era.
Are you playing Bartender? Yeah. With her. What else? That wasn't really one. I mean, yes, like any T-Pain song reminds me. Shit, there's more. Laffy Taffy, Fireman by Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, all these songs.
I had the same kind of thought process, like the mixtape era of like Wiz and Tyga and
Tyga,
2 Chainz and Waka Flocka, and just everyone was dropping mixtape at the time, and that was kind of the time where it was like you were either like Good Music, Young Money, TD, stuff like that. But I was a big Wiz person, so Roll Up was the one that like popped up in my head first.
Can I interest?
Whenever you
Can I interest you?
It's your anniversary. Kiss me through the phone.
That reminds me of high school.
Yeah. Any Soulja Boy.
You know who else? You know who else had a moment?
Who?
In our high school days?
I thought Kevin Gates, but Kevin Gates was more college.
Yeah.
You think so?
Jay-Z for me.
He was like 2014, 15 was Kevin Gates.
Kanye's first, like when Kanye broke on the scene, I was in high school.
Yeah.
That was a run.
Huh?
That was a run.
Maybe some hold on. Let's see.
Ricky Rose was doing something.
Some Jason Derulo.
You know,
Jason Derulo had a moment in high school.
And Miguel had a little run.
You know what reminds me of? I had an ex-girlfriend, and there was that Neo song. You should let me love. You know what I'm talking about?
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah,
Neo Mario.
Let me love you.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
That reminds me of high school. Usher, Confessions. That came out when I was in high school.
Bedrock. Bedrock takes me back.
Yeah.
I can make your bed right, girl. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything.
Look at
you want and need.
That's it? So you giving us?
Well, the song faded out.
Well, yeah, because I can't play an entire song.
That's true. 10 seconds.
Hey, is this a musical or not? Okay, can I sing or can I not sing?
Who else had a moment?
That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
In high school. Our high school days were also like the run of Katy Perry.
Oh, I hear her roar.
Do you?
Rawr. I was out of high school. I remember that.
A little bit of a.
Everybody loves Katy Perry and margaritas. It was like 2008, 2009.
We're 2009 to 12 would be us.
It was like right after I got out.
Yeah.
I had a child in 2009. How's that make you feel? You're in high school.
Yeah, that is interesting. Who else had a moment in? It was also like the coming up of
DJ Khaled was having some moments too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, drinking my cup.
It was also the coming up of Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember that. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm just missing stuff. There's probably a lot. Kill it. 10 seconds. You can't go over.
I was gonna let him go.
Oh, I'm sorry. He could have wrapped it, but you know.
I had Young, Wild, and Free on here. Another whiz moment.
I do like that song.
You got it. Come on here.
Like Lupe. You had a big Lupe phase.
I did have a big Lupe phase. Lupe and Tyga.
Yeah.
I definitely went through a Tyga phase also.
I never got into Tyga.
Rack City bitch.
Mixtape Tiger was
a moment.
I had a friend who really liked Tyga because he liked Young Money in general. I was actually into Drake. Like
So
when
you were
Drake
Young
was still
Money?
like OVO. But like like early Drake.
Yeah.
Like when I first heard Drake, I was like, oh, this guy's like, this is the next guy. And then like everybody got into Drake, and I was like, whatever.
It's not cool. It's not cool anymore.
I was like, I don't like him anymore. This is weird. It's lame.
Yeah, like very young Drake. Take Care came out in 2011.
Walker had a moment for us because we were also all big in the systems in the car, and Walker had some bass. Snakes in the Grass.
Well, that's why I actually Lil Jon back in the day, or like there was a couple different ones that were like there's a lot of bass.
Yeah.
Not
I
but
heard
a
6'9". That was Carter 4 around that time it came out.
I'm trying to think of like the pop songs that were pretty fun at the time. B.O.B. had a moment at that point in time.
I think it was middle school, but you know what had the biggest grip on me for a while?
What's that?
The Killers.
The Killers.
I'm not even gonna front. The whole album. Their whole first album.
This is also high.
No, yes, that, but everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
There's a million other
Great
songs.
karaoke song.
One of them, which you also know, you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend, or you had a girlfriend who looked like, I don't know, it's whatever. But
Our high school is also the early Taylor Swift days,
oh yeah,
so it's like the hits.
there you go.
You know, so,
I think I was just getting out when like Tim McGraw,
yeah,
like Taylor Swift, Tim McGraw, like that first
Yeah,
album, her very first album.
we got all the ones.
Rihanna
You
was
Belong With Me, all of those.
See, that was second album or third album,
Also,
right?
Mac would have been high school.
Yeah, it was like Blue Side Park.
See, Mac, that's why I got into Mac when I was older, because I was out of high school and I had kind of transitioned out of, because I had a kid, I had kind of transitioned out of rap. And I was like, I got back into it, but like.
That would have been like Donald Trump and Knock Knock and all of that. Like the
Your high
the
school
big
would have
ones.
been.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. I knew those.
Yeah.
And I liked them, but I was like, yeah, whatever. But then I got into other Mac and I realized, I was like, damn, I discovered Mac Miller and Logic at the same time.
Yeah. It was also, you say mixtape Wayne. Our high school Wayne was on the end of every single hit song.
Yeah, that's when he blew up.
At our high school.
So mixtape
we got
Wayne
feature Wayne. Which
elevated. Yeah.
We got feature Wayne, probably Carter 3 Wayne.
There were arguments. So when I was in high school, we would hang out at laser tag until 4 a.m. because my buddy used to work there and he had keys. Yeah. And people would argue. This was always an argument. People would argue over who was better between Wayne and Boosie.
Oh my God.
It was legitimately an argument because both of them were having their moment of mixtapes where they would just take a beat and rap over it. And it was like, hell yeah. And like people really were all in on Boosie. And I love Boosie. I do. I love Boosie. But it is not an argument. Yeah. It's not even close.
I think people tried to do the same with Kevin Gates for us at like the end of high school, early college days. I think people really try. You know, the Baton Rouge crowd tries to push whatever Baton Rouge. It's happening with YoungBoy nowadays, and it's just like it's not. They're like, oh, he's on a run. I'm like, no, he just puts out a ton of music.
Yeah.
Now Kevin Gates has some bangers.
He does, absolutely.
So did Boosie.
It's a weird dude.
He is a weird dude. He is a weird dude. We could have a whole segment on things Kevin Gates.
My favorite story was the battery.
You know what?
story.
I might save that as a. Don't even say anything because I think we're going to save this as a segment. Everybody, try to find your favorite Kevin Gates moment, and we'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a debate between Wayne and any other Louisiana artist. Like I don't want to hear it.
That's fair.
It's not. Wayne has like 4 different careers that are probably all better than anybody else.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Other than like Drake,
I'll put him up against Drake.
Drake's
got just popular hits.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to hear.
People can hate on Drake all they want, okay? And I understand there's this whole thing going on with Drake right now with like Kendrick and all that. Like,
we're not going to erase his body of work because
his music speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. Like he's corny as fuck.
Yeah,
but the music is music. Okay, it'd be music.
I need a Max Ween.
I know everybody when the versus things were big. Yeah. Everybody was like, "Well, we should do Wayne versus Drake." I'm like, it's not fair. Drake's got the commercial hits that are just going to wipe the floor with anybody in a versus.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like a rapper, it's not close. And it's Wayne. Drake is not going bar for bar with Lil Wayne. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if we got to make it, but also I'd put Lollipop up against anything.
I like Lollipop, but come on.
Are we talking about
Go deep? I'm putting
Kanye featured Lollipop? Or?
That don't matter. Both. Yes, he's got both of them.
I think you just have nostalgia. I like those songs, but I think you just have nostalgia.
I mean, if Lollipop came out like today, I think it'd be the biggest hit in the world.
I disagree. I love Wayne and I love that song. I just disagree. I don't even think that's even Wayne's top 10 song.
I'm trying to think like commercially. What do you think would be his biggest commercial hit? A Millie's probably, but see, I think Lollipop's better than a Millie.
I don't like either one of those songs.
You don't like? I love Lollipop.
The music video is cool.
They're
I'm
fine.
look it up real quick.
I don't know. I don't know what my favorite Wayne song I think is Hustler Music, which is silly because it's not a big.
Everybody's. I think a lot of Wayne fans' favorite Wayne songs are not going to be the commercial songs. Like mine is "Man, I Miss My Dogs."
I like that song. Yeah, I do like that song. Man, I Miss My Dogs.
I feel like he's
Lil Wayne's biggest hit is considered "Lollipop," which was his first #1 single on the Billboard 100.
Interesting. That was for me. That was after he blew up. In my brain.
Well, that's Carter 3 Wayne, but everybody says the Carter 3. Not everybody. Commercially, the Carter 3 is the biggest Lil Wayne album.
That's when the world was like, oh, he's good,
and it's a great album. It's
welcome to the fucking party.
For me, it's the.
I'm tired.
For me, it's the second best Wayne album. But
what's the best? As
a local person who grew up with Lil Wayne, I always say the Carter 2 is the best.
Okay,
I go 2, 3, 1, 4. Actually, probably 2, 3, 1, probably 5, 4. 4 was a miss for me.
Yeah, 4 and 5. I can't. Even
you could flip flop. Yeah, you could flip flop those. I don't really.
Say 4.
What's on 4 and 5?
I think 4 had like Mega Man.
4 had
6 foot, 7 foot.
Both of those probably had like 1 or 2 songs that were solid.
Which one had the Rock Wayne? Rebirth. That wasn't even okay. It wasn't even a Carter album. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that song. That's fucking album.
Blunt blowing, Mega Man, 6 foot, 7 foot.
But that's when he was just
Nightmare of the Bottom.
He was
She Will.
Nightmares of the Bottom.
John.
Good.
Okay, those are good songs.
Love.
How to Love's a good song.
President Carter's good.
Okay, which one is this?
Mirror. 4.
This is 4. Yeah,
I like
4. 4's definitely got more than 5. You don't. There's no way you know more than 5
It's definitely
songs
for me.
5.
It's 2, 1, 3. I like the first one. I just like the first one.
Yeah.
But
First
2
one's
is
good,
definitely phenomenal. It's the best one.
I think 2's the best. Also,
I just
Blunt Blowing. It's got Blunt Blowing is such a good song.
I just fell in love with mixtape Wayne.
Yeah,
man. Like I can't.
Actually, you know what?
That's
what
how
was high school?
Fell in love with a lot of artists. Like we talked about mixtape, like Wiz, Tyga. I mean, Tyga. He was.
You know what was high school for us? No Ceilings.
Yeah.
Because I remember working at Wendy's and just listening to No Ceilings all the time.
I think I started with the Drought. No, actually, I started with the Squad mixtapes. Yeah. And that was when I started, and that's when I got into Nicki too, because I didn't even know who the hell Nicki was. Mm-hmm. She came on that. You be Harry Potter and I be Hermione. I was like, who is this?
Young man, I'm gonna say young Nicki, but like beginning of Nicki was amazing.
Yeah,
like
she had the hardest verse on Monster, and it had
I was joking. Super Bass is a banger. Like it's a good song. It's when she blew up was Super Bass.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, she washed everybody on Monster.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Shout out to Nicki.
I liked Nicki more than Drake at first, really. It really wasn't until Take Care that I started liking
What was
Drake.
on? I don't even know what the fuck was on Take Care. I don't know what was on any of these albums.
Yeah, Take Care was probably one of his best.
Was that when he did
Over My Dead? That was the that was the sad. He had a lot of sad Drake songs on there, but he has some good songs on there too.
To be honest.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of singles here and there.
That's like way later. That's in my brain. That's like Drake been out for like 4 years.
That's 2011.
Yeah.
I saw when that was out.
He's had some hits, right? Like, of course, in the recent years, he's had some hits. I haven't cared about a Drake album in maybe 5 years.
They've been pretty bad.
Yeah. We're at the point now where Drake albums just get hyped up because it's a Drake album. It's one of those moments where it comes out 2 hours later, people on Twitter are saying it's a classic. He's reached that point where he's just got the fans. And they're not that good.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I had a moment. So I was in my head. I was like, do I want to share this story? After I broke up with an ex, I was living in Orlando, and this was 2015, 2016. Let me get low as I tell the story. Okay, ASMR. I was living in Orlando, and really every night what I was doing is I would go to the store and I would buy Moscato because I was a big Moscato fan at the time. Shout out Drake. And that's when I really fell in love with Take a Shot for Me because, you know, the whole song, just as you feel in yourself, you start calling your kindergarten ex-girlfriend, 5th grade ex-girlfriend. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know I may have messed up, right? But I'm just asking you, talk to me for 5 minutes. Just put it all on the table. Maybe we connect, maybe we don't. That's okay. I just want to make sure we're both okay. Okay.
End call. This is
Yeah, no, I'm not lying though. I, you know, got real emotional for a minute.
A beautiful story.
I don't know if that was the story. I think I just started talking, but yeah.
Anyway,
let's close this shit out.
Let's go.
Get out of here. We've been here for an hour.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you stuck with us, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
If you don't sing along at sing-alongs, you suck.
That's true.
You should have fun with your life. If you don't have fun with your life, somebody else is going to have fun with your wife.
Boom, roasted.
It felt like it fit. That's what she said. Yeah. Until next time, appreciate you guys. Roll Wave, Who Dat. I don't know what podcast we're on anymore. This is the Who Up and Knows podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeet.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.